wing, and up top, the attacking tandem of Yannick Ferreira Carrasco and Antoine Griezmann. It's the same.
Be a concern for Josep Bartomeu in the offseason. They do bring in the Dutch keeper Jasper Cillessen on the bench, but a few new faces in the back and midfield.
6 changes in total, including Jasper Cillessen, who replaces Marc-Andre ter Stegen. 3 of the back 4 and 2 of the midfield trio are changed out. Piqué, the only repeat in defense. Umtiti replaces Jeremy Mathieu. Sergio Roberto takes over from Aleix Vidal, while Jordi Alba returns in place of Ding, and there is no...
We are underway. Mascherano can't control it, though. Griezmann with a little bit of a touch, looking to pounce, and Cillessen. A lot to step in for the young Slovenian. There's the early chance that Cillessen pounds later today, although here it's Saul on that far flank. Pulled into the path of Suárez, taking on the defense single-handedly. Suárez to the 18, tucks it home with a brilliant touch. An individual masterpiece from Luis Suárez.
So that is absolutely brilliant from Suárez, but credit to Mascherano, who steps up to win this ball back for Barcelona. When Mascherano is in his natural position, that of defensive midfield, he does so well to disrupt the attack of Atlético Madrid, right into stride for Suárez, who still had so much to do. Look at this, no hesitation from Mascherano to poke that ball forward, and then Suárez sees all of the space he has in front of him. That's a brilliant cut the inside. It's Suárez against the world, and Suárez wins it.
Took on 4 defenders and the goalkeeper. There's that tackle slash pass by Mascherano. And then in Brazil, they call it Dovaca, around the cow. Savage wearing the horns.
That's twice now that Savage has been victimized. The first time it was Messi who did create that space to send the ball into Neymar. Second chance for Barcelona. The second time they come close to guard for Luis Enrique's men beside the goal.
Curls away. Cillessen plays his line, headed wide by Godin. He didn't get off. Dragging it to the near side. Gomes in stride. Neymar thought about the first touch. Suárez wanted it. Neymar to the middle. Rifles the shot in. Down goes Moya to make the save.
You want to see Neymar be a little more selfish in situations like this. It's precisely what Luis Enrique would have wanted. The early ball to Luis Suárez. Savage comes over to close down that space. The cross wasn't necessarily the best option, and he can create just that.
Neymar flies up the left. A poor tackle, though. Door open. Suárez to the middle. Neymar with the touch, but it trickles wide. And Atlético living a charmed life on this chance.
Neymar makes the right decision again. He sees Suárez here. This time he does have that opening. Suárez being a bit too selfless, maybe himself. Take a look at how this develops. And Suárez has run toward the near side. Neymar does this smart thing. Maybe needed to finish that with his right foot. Suárez tries to get it back in. No one really closes him down quickly enough. If you see, actually Godin turns his back to Suárez as the pass is made.
Maybe a little step over and Suárez nets a second, but will that come back to haunt Barcelona? He's finishing Stade Rennais against PSG. The championship seeing Newcastle take on QPR. Messi in the center of the park, sending it wide. Rakitic back for Messi. Pings it off the post. And Barcelona doubles its lead.
Well, who says there's no threat from the right wing? This time Messi receives it in the middle. He gets it wide to Rakitic, who was filling that space further forward as he should be. And rather than doing what maybe some of the other options at that right wing would do, trying to take their man on, Rakitic does the smart thing, which is give the ball right back to Messi. He had that pocket of space, Messi. The defense thinks that he's maybe going to take a couple of touches into the 18. Messi wastes no time depositing this toward the post.
You saw Jose Ramon de la Fuente, the goalkeeping coach. You saw Luis Enrique. That looks like by design. Rakitic holds the ball, draws Godin out. Sergio Roberto makes the run inside, which freezes the rest of the defense. And for Lionel Messi, that's about as open a shot as he is going to see. And you cannot give him that amount of space and time.
And credit to Rakitic as well for not crossing the ball into the back post, not sending in a hopeful ball of sorts. He sees that Messi.
The score about 26 yards out on an angle. Messi going for that near corner.
Both Griezmann and Carrasco involved. You see Carrasco had to pick that ball up in his own half. Look out.
Edge of the air. Stop.
Doesn't score a ton of goals, Koke, but he does have it in him. This was a ball that gets deflected into the path of Koke. You have to look up. Knows where the goal posts are. Just puts a little too much power behind it.
Well, take a look.
Absolutely victimized.
Versálico entra con el dorsal número 9, Fernando Torres.
Second half underway and one change made. Atlético now is 3 of the last 4 he's found the net from the run of play last time out. Back heel Torres. Gavi cleared away at the last moment. A goal-saving tackle from Jordi Alba.
Space to deliver the ball forward. Jordi Alba puts the fire out.
Okay. Sillison tries to keep it in. The referee spotted that one. The assistant on the far side kept his flag down.
Is that Torres with his back to go here? Take a look. It is Torres who's just come on. Gavi plays the 1-2 with him. That's an excellent back heel as well from Fernando. So then published on social media the injury just wasn't within the character of this Atleti team.
Mascherano, maybe this will be a first. Then again, maybe not.
A bit of creativity. Interesting to see whether he'll play on the left, moving Koke to the right, and the other way around.
Trip at the edge of the box. Koke, ball sent across by Godin. 2 headers equals a goal, and it's Griezmann to get Atlético on the board. Was there a trip at the top of the box, or was it just incidental? Regardless, Atlético takes advantage, and we have ourselves a game.
Well, Barcelona caught napping to an extent. There's a pullback right at the edge of the 18. A Barcelona player is down. That allowed for Godin to arrive completely unmarked. Suárez is pulled back. It's Koke who's holding him back, not spotted by the referee or the referee's assistant. And that's a credit to Godin, who is completely unmarked, spots the run from Antoine Griezmann at the back post. Mascherano probably should do better with that. He's got his eyes on Griezmann, who's not the greatest aerial threat for Atletico Madrid, but that is a fine header to the near post to beat Sillison. It's their first shot on target, and they found their way through it. Back, Suárez somewhat dramatically falls, and Andre Gomes showing a bit of range. We're right back in this now, Phil.
And again, those 2 road goals loom large. At the moment, Atleti would need to score 2 at the Camp Nou. Down goes Felipe Luis. Whistle stays silent again.
We'll have to see whether Suárez returned the favor this time. Felipe Luis was marking him. Suárez gets away from him. Felipe Luis is taking some exception, and he is thrown to the ground by Suárez, giving as much as he takes.
And again, it is a Basque ref. So things getting physical, not that far from what you might expect. Side, Gaetan. Back for Koke, threaded through. Felipe Luis plays it across. Saved by Sillison and then cleared by Umtiti.
Himself, Yannick Ferreira Carrasco, usually very sure-footed and dependable with the ball at his feet. What a save that is from Sillison. Just gets his knees down onto it.
And normally you can say if it's kicked right at him, but he's actually going back the other way and has to reach back to make the stop. In his wake, scoops it forward. Torres to the goal line. Off balance across Piqué, a lunge. Carrasco overhead and over the cross. Dead center, about 35 yards out. Messi strikes. Oh, it's in the corner, but reaching back to bat it away. Miguel Angel Moya. Miguel Angel taking wings to deny Messi a third.
Oh, that was picture-perfect placement, and you're going to get a very good view of it from here. Messi, that ball bending down toward the bottom corner, and just getting there was Moya, touching it onto the underside of the bar to keep it out. Certainly on target, and it was going to do damage. It wasn't going to hit the bar. It doesn't look like it was going to strike the bar from there. But
and it needed to be perfect to get past Moya. Messi lays it off, and Neymar skies it high. That one might hit the satellite like his penalty a few years back.
Well, it'll join the orbit at least maybe had a little too much time to think about it here, Neymar. You can see just how early he'd already set up for
performance from Barcelona, considering what happened last time out. Neymar trying to sneak in with a David Luiz type surprise, and he couldn't put it on goal.
A couple of weird strikes of the ball from Neymar the last couple of opportunities. Was right.
Poor clearance, Cillessen. Nice from Koke. Griezmann with his left, overhead, but wide from Gamero.
Griezmann does everything right here. Everyone on the Barcelona defense thinks he's going to go for goal. They're trying to cut off the angle. He's already made up his mind. He spotted Kevin Gamero early on. Watch this run from Kevin Gamero. He's going to peel toward that back post, away from Sergio Roberto, who's lost sight of him. High degree of difficulty.
And PK
Griezmann
drop
ball away to Cillessen.
Felipe Luis around Suárez, flicked on by Torres, and the goal just tarnished a bit.
It's unorthodox from Torres. He just gets a touch on and try to redirect it toward goal any way that he can. It's out in front of PK. They're using the outside of his right foot after the deflection off of Denis Suárez.
Takes to stop the break.
I don't think there was anything intentional about it, Phil, to be honest. I think he gets tangled up and look out again, too casual.
Stays down, driven but wide. Torres trying to cut it too fine, and he's appealing for another foul in the box.
Mascherano has just given Cillessen an earful as well. Mascherano's turned toward the goalkeeper. He can't see the action behind him. Cillessen has to be able to see whether there's anyone coming there. He's just taking his eye off of it for a moment. Mascherano nearly made to pay the price.
And again, Torres. Good hustle by Gabi. Shades of Thiago Swan front. Koke, top of the box, lets it go. Chance for Felipe Luis. Drives it into the hands of Cillessen. Loose, and he smothers it gratefully.
Foul.
Oh, from Gaetan off to Griezmann.
Whoa.
Just wide of Cillessen and the net.
Not sure that Cillessen had a very clear view of the ball here. There's so many players, both Barcelona and Atleti, in between Antoine Griezmann, who's shooting from a long way out, and this ball bending toward that back post. Cillessen maybe reacts a little late, and he's lucky that this is just wide.
Not much added time, about second chance for Felipe Luis. Cillessen over, slaps it away, volleyed wide, and a chance again. Gamero, but he could not screw that one home.
Well, because of the bounce of that ball, the way it's headed toward Kevin Gamero, it's well above him, so he's got his eye on the ball. Doesn't see that Antoine Griezmann ends up unmarked right around the penalty spot as he gets Rafinha to cut in on Gamero. Doesn't have the presence of mind around.
Neymar and Barca trying to put on an insurance goal before it's over. Knocked wide, and that will do it. The three bursts from De Burgos. More whistles from the stands. Atleti falls at home in the opening leg against Barca 2-1.
Simply sensational first 90 minutes of this Copa semifinal between two of the biggest clubs in European football. Maybe a bit fortunate for Atlético Madrid that it wasn't a bigger gap at the break, but Barcelona dodging a few bullets in the second half and a fair result.